Hey there guys, my name is Marcus, and in this video I'm going to present you a few reasons why you shouldn't use WIX. Before we start, I'm not paid by any of the competitors. You won't find any affiliate links down below in the description, and I don't have a goal in my mind that I would create a website for you. I won't do it, and I don't want to do it. Now, because I found plenty of articles on Google that they were like bashing that WIX is really bad website, platform, and you shouldn't use it. And all the people that were writing those articles, they had goal in my mind that they would like get you on their own platform or they would sell you a different product. And I don't like doing this kind of thing. So this is just like wanted to share before we start. Now, first, also, I'm going to share with you in what way I would recommend using WIX. Like in what situation I would choose WIX. And then we will go to the reasons in which I wouldn't recommend. So when I would recommend using WIX, let me show you. The only reason, if you want to create a billboard website, simple landing page for presenting your services. So let's say I'm a wedding photographer and I want to create a simple presentation website that I don't care about SEO, I don't care about paid ads, it's not e-commerce, it's just like this link is going to be on my Instagram account, and also people will share it between themselves locally. It's possible to use it, right? In that way, it can be really effective. Also, because WIX offers you a way that you can move objects as much as you want. Squarespace doesn't have it. You need to know HTML to like get it on WordPress, and it's pretty easy to create billboard website with WIX. I really believe in it. And in this regard, I would definitely recommend using WIX. Simple billboard landing page websites that in which you're not going to sell products, anything. So this is it. And now, if you want to create e-commerce store, I would definitely recommend going with BigCommerce or Shopify or even Elementor with WooCommerce. Don't use WIX for just for e-commerce website, and also don't use WIX if you want to write plenty of articles. And this is going to be one of the reasons why you shouldn't. Two reasons. The first reason, let's start, is that from the SEO perspective, WIX is pretty bad. When you would look up on like in which positions WIX websites are, and also how Google likes it, it really doesn't do much. I mean, it's like all right as a landing page, but writing articles for it, it's not a good idea. From my perspective, you can Google it by yourself also. The second thing is that you can actually migrate. You can't migrate if you're gonna write articles on WIX. So let's imagine that you're gonna have like 50 articles on WIX with good positions on Google, let's say. And you want to migrate to Squarespace or WordPress because you like more functionality there. You can't do it. You need to actually like literally take the page and copy it and paste it. Therefore, when you're going to do it, there is going to be like a new URL and everything. And like, you just like, what? You can't just like migrate everything, and it's a huge amount of work. So therefore, you can also find plenty of workarounds on a Google how you can do it, but still, it's like WIX owns you when you're going to create whatever you want on WIX. It's their intellectual property, and you're going to be actually limited what you can like do with the content. So let's say that something would happen with WIX. From the long-term perspective, I wouldn't personally use WIX. That's what I would do if I want to create a bigger business. If it's a service-based business with a billboard page or a landing page, in that regard, WIX is really effective. But other than that, I wouldn't personally choose it. Now, for writing articles or create e-commerce store. So that's something really important. Then another thing is that WIX can be really slow sometimes. Also, not only for the editing, that when you click add and you want to add something, that editing can be slow, but also the loading page for the people that are going to come on your website is going to be slow. So that's another thing. You can also find these things on Google. Then the mobile version for editing is really pain. Like comparing to Squarespace, Squarespace has it much better, only because with the Squarespace, when you want to create a website, it automatically adjusts it for mobile. But when you're doing it in WIX and you have options to move everything as much as you want, you need to do the double edit on mobile. So that's like 2x amount of work. So this is something you should definitely keep in mind if you want to use WIX. Now, when we go even further, it's not that responsive then, right? So you have to keep in mind that you need to really play around with the WIX website. So also, if you're watching this video, share down below in the comments what is your opinion on Wix. I'll be really happy to hear that. Now, then, yes, if something happens with Wix and they remove some template, feature, functionality, you'll have no recourse expect to move on to whatever Wix has decided to do instead. So let's say that you're using some kind of feature and they just like delete it and you're just like done. You can't do anything else. Like personally, it's frustrating. It can be frustrating. And again, if you want to write articles, look up for WordPress, look up for, let's say, even Shopify, or find a way how we can like use it with Elementor maybe. And yeah, so to summarize this whole video, this is pretty much it. I don't have anything else for you. What are the 5 reasons? Slower website and mobile response is not pretty good. You need to really work on it. Then SEO is not that great too with Wix, and I wouldn't personally recommend like writing plenty of articles on your Wix website. It can be like no good too. E-commerce, again, maybe with 1-2 products it will be okay, but more products, go with the Shopify. They have better apps, better like from the sales perspective, like cross-sell, upsell, etc. It's like much better using Shopify comparing to Wix website. Yes, it's going to be more expensive, so that's something you should definitely keep in mind. Then you can't migrate it. So let's say that you would like to transfer Wix to WordPress website, you won't be able to do it, only because you have to do it one by one, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, and it's like, what is this, you know? So that's something you should definitely keep in mind, to have your own something, right? That if you want to go with the Squarespace, go with the WordPress, go with the Shopify, if you want to create something big. But let's say I'm a wedding photographer and I don't care about really SEO. Maybe locally, yes, I would possibly go with the Wix. If I really like to play around here with the buttons and with the elements as much as I want, in that regard, it can be effective to use it now. So that's something you should definitely keep in mind. And then I've written one more thing here, I think. Yes, that if Wix ever goes bankrupt, decides to take down their platform or remove certain templates, features, functionalities, you will have no recourse except to move on to whatever Wix has decided to do instead. So this is something really important when you want to use Wix, is that it won't be probably possible if they like remove functionality and then you have like whole website. Just create it for billboard, create it for landing page. In that regard, it's going to be good. Other than that, it's risky. So thank you very much guys for watching. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, you can also support me and subscribe. You know how it goes, you know how it is. And yeah, thank you, have a great day and goodbye. See ya.